What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? I'm Jay, and welcome to After Dark. It's a platform where we discuss many different topics and ideas. I have five of the greatest minds here with me this evening, and we're going to discuss some very provocative things, and hopefully, we can broaden your perspective and answer all the questions you may even have. All right? I want to introduce someone to you, Miss Candace. How are you, love?
I'm well. How are you doing
Very
today?
good. I'm incredible. It's good to be alive. Talk to me.
Great. Hi, my name is Candice, aka SeduXion, and I'll be followed by my beautiful co host.
Hi, I'm Temptation, the innocent one.
With the lollipop. Okay,
Hi,
okay.
I'm your girl Vida Valentine, Triple X, the naughty one.
Hmm. That's naughty, huh? Naughty. Okay. My man, say something so I don't feel outnumbered here with all these women.
Hey, all these beautiful women know what it do,
How
y'all.
you
It's your
go?
boy.
There you go.
What it do, y'all? It's your boy Sin, the young one.
Baby
Welcome,
boy.
the baby boy. Yeah.
Young
Oh,
blood.
okay. So check this out. Earlier this week, we kind of was, in the group chat talking about some topics, and Sherry actually came up with a really good topic. Her question was, is sex natural, or is it something that you kind of develop and learn how to do? What do you guys think? Candace, let's start with you.
So, me personally, I think that sex is something that you learn over time. I feel like I've perfected my craft. But I think that there's more that I can learn with experience. So, with experience becomes expertise, and the more you do it, the better you get at it.
So when you say the word perfected, that
Hmm.
is a word of completion. Then you don't
Absolutely.
have nothing else to learn.
Not too much. Not too much.
Oh, okay,
Not at all.
okay,
I'm gonna be honest.
okay. Well, Miss Sherry, what do you think? It was your
Um,
question, so let's listen to your mind.
I think it's a little bit of both. If you're talking about reproduction, then yes, I think sex is natural. But if you're talking about the enjoyment of sex, then yes, it's something that you have to work at, something you have to learn, something, the more partners you have, the more, experience you might get.
Experience.
Or you might look at somebody's videos that, a little bit more experience than you and get a couple tips.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. And since you said someone's videos, my love Vida,
Hey.
you're the video expert here, so enlighten us.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie,
Enlighten us, sweetheart.
Vida, I'm a girl, and shit, I was turned on by you. So I'm just gonna say,
I mean, personally, I think that it's both. I think some stuff do come natural when it comes to sex,
Mhm.
especially when you're into a person and you guys are intertwining with each other, and then I feel there's a lot of things you can learn, even as experienced that I am. I still learn more stuff when it comes to sex because, like I tell everybody, sex is 90% mental. And so you have to really get into the mind, you have to get into the emotions. I mean, and that's sex too. You can talk to somebody, send them pictures. We're having sex all day,
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
once we
Mhm.
get into it, it's it's mind blowing. But yes, you can learn how to be better. But
Mhm.
some
Mhm.
people, it's just a natural thing. I'm a natural, sexy person, so I think it just came naturally. But I've learned a lot along the way.
So let me ask you this: since you would be kind of the expert, since you've kind of built your career, your world on this intimate topic, when you think about the 90%, is the 90% all physical? Is there any type of euphoric connection, or is it just all like the act, and then you travel while you're doing the act? Break that science down to us, since you're the expert.
um, no, I think it's before it's sex don't have to be physical, like I was
Yeah,
saying, because it's
yeah,
ninety
yeah.
percent mental, which means I can send you text messages and tell you how sexy you look, or create
Mm-hmm.
a visual on what we're gonna do later, how we're gonna do it. I mean, I can say some
Right.
wild shit like, "Wow, suck your dick underneath the rug," and you're like, "What?"
Mm-hmm. Right. The
You
imagination
know,
of it. Yeah.
he gets through the straw, you know, and
Yeah.
his mind,
Yeah.
you know, your mind is already just so antsy about it. So by the time I just touch you, tap, you didn't explode it because you didn't been
Right.
waiting and urging for this. So no, sex is not just a physical, it's mental.
Yeah. Sin, what you got to say, my man?
I messed up from an early age. I wasn't having sex. I was making love, and that's why I'm in the predicament I'm in now.
Ah. Okay.
I
Okay.
got out the I came out the gate slow stroking, and I should never have did that.
No, you shouldn't. Slow stroking
I,
will get you in trouble.
Why? Come on now. You got to share why. You got to share why. Why
man, you
you
know,
feel that way.
cover ups cause you done paid the money to get the girl name tatted on you. Now you gotta pay again to get it covered up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then that
So she
tattoo
put that
feel
thing
more.
on you.
Oh hell
So
yeah.
were you
Oh
dealing
yeah.
with older women or younger women?
Nah, this was back in. Nah, I was dealing with women my age mostly, but
Okay.
still,
Mm, gotcha.
It
it's a
was,
trap. Do
it was
not
putting that
do
thing on you.
do not learn from Pornhub people. Learn from your own experiences. Don't listen to old heads. Some old heads got me in trouble one time. Don't do it.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Don't do it.
Well,
They taught
I
you
mean,
something, you
well,
just took it wrong.
right. Oh man. Okay. Sherry, what do you have to say, sweetheart?
Um, I, I don't even know. Like,
She
whew.
hot right now.
Well, you have the space to say it, so it's okay.
Yeah,
Okay, well then okay, let's be
pass for me.
more specific. Let me ask a more specific question. What is the best thing that you enjoy about sex?
Mm.
Mm.
I would say the intimacy.
Yes. Yes. That's a
Yes.
good question. That's a
Yeah.
good answer. Go
The
ahead.
intimacy.
Elaborate.
Well, I mean, I love like Vida said, it doesn't have to be about the actual act, even though I like that part, but
Hmm.
it's more to me about just the closeness of being with someone, so I really,
Hmm.
really love that, So like if you're gonna try to have sex with me and then leave, you'll never have sex with me again. Because I
Ever.
have to have that, that
Hmm.
after intimacy or before intimacy that goes into foreplay or however. But, the intimacy is a really big part, and I did my little, test, like physical touch is really big for me.
Hmm.
So,
So
you know,
is physical
even
touch?
if we're doing it and you're fucking choking me, I'm still good with you.
So is physical touch one of your love languages?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Well,
Yeah.
Candace, come on now, Candace, enlighten us. What is your favorite thing about sex?
For me, it's the pleasure and the pain. Um,
Okay.
Mm.
I, I like both, from one extreme to
Okay.
another, and so it just depends on the different parts of where I am in my life, where I am
Mhm.
in a
Mhm.
situationship or a relationship. Um,
Mhm.
what I'm into could change. So if I'm in a
Mm.
situationship versus a relationship, what I like in that situationship, I may like something totally different in a
Mhm.
relationship. So,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
in the phase of my life right now, I'm into the pleasure and pain, and I
Pleasure and
go
pain,
to
yo.
some of the experts that are on the videos. I call them tutorials.
Okay.
Um, yes, they're definitely tutorials, and I learn from what I see, and then
Mhm.
Hmm.
I exchange that energy with my partner. So,
Yeah.
and normally he or she is
Yeah.
totally into what I'm into. So,
Cool. Well, for me, sex is because I'm a producer and I do music and I'm a just a high level creator. Because I get headaches sometimes when I can't push the stuff out that I can hear. So the connection of me actually liking you is more important. Because if I like you, then I want to be with you. I've never really been the kind of the one night stand guy. I've never been that because I'm so meticulous in details when I see you. Of course, men, we're all visual. So if there's things that are off about you, I'm done. It could be one thing that is off. It could be one thing that is off, and I'm done. Or it could be the one thing that makes you stand out to me in a room full of people or in a, just you and I. It could be your conversation. Like conversation is super important to me. If you can make me laugh, if you can make me think, not even about talking about sex, because even talking about sex is boring after a while because everybody disappoints you. Everybody that talk about it ain't good at it. So, that's the other, that's the aftermath of it that you experience.
Yeah.
But for me, the connection, as Sherry said, intimacy is extremely important to me. Being very close up, touching nose to nose, hearing the moans, hearing the language that is kind of spoken real silently. You can hear the heart, feel the heartbeats, and you can just because I'm a musician, all those sounds do it for me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because that is intimacy to me. As Vida said, the everything pre, the text messages, the pictures, the I can't wait till you get home. Hey, I got something for you when you get home. I was thinking about you today. Those things are what really are important to me. Like, because once I get in the room, it's a wrap. Once we get in the room, it's a wrap. There's nothing else to talk about. And here's the other thing I think as men, where we mess up, because I've had this conversation with many of men, and I always encourage them to, when you get invited, first of all, the invite alone is personal and intimate. So don't take that for granted. When you get invited somewhere, shut the fuck up and just like go do what you're supposed to do. All that talking and whose is it and all that dumb shit, it's not even necessary. It's not necessary because you guys aren't impressed by that. You're not impressed by that. I tell them because men, you have 50% of us who are egomaniacs and 50% of us who are remain students. You know what I'm saying? And we're always trying to learn and expand our experiences. So, yeah, I'm always saying like talking, just hearing what Sin said, how he felt like he got played by the information, and then once he went to the job, she put that tight out, that gush on the that wop on him, and then he was standing outside the house with a radio talking about, "Hey, I love you," and thought that was love. You just got the magic put on you, Playboy. So talk
I ain't
about
say
that,
all that
Sin.
now.
Ah,
I ain't
no,
say
now
that.
you're backpedaling. Now you're backing out the room. Come on, well, clarify it. Come on, let your boy know what you're talking about.
I just got one question, bro.
Okay,
Like you said, you a producer. You
right,
out. You making
right,
money. You at the job, right?
right.
Chick you dealing with. She sends you a booty pic. Say, I can't wait till you
Mm-hmm.
come home.
Okay.
Is you stopping everything you doing and running home to go get that? Or no?
Nah, uh-uh.
Oh,
Because that's the part of the cat and mouse for me too. No, because if I get up and
mm,
move in that regard,
yeah,
then
the
she
chase.
doesn't honor and respect my chase and my cat and mouse. Because she
Mm,
knows I'm working. She knows I'm working, and she's doing that to distract me. So that's a build up for her as well. Because I like to catch her sleep. I'll wait an hour after she texts me and oh yeah, see, I'm a focused bro. I'm very focused. So I'll finish what I need to do, and I'll wait till she falls asleep, and I'll wake her, I'll wake her ass up with it.
That ass up.
I wake it up and listen. And especially and here's the other thing. You specifically said your girl. So my girl, there's no rules, there's no hesitation, there's no pause. I don't have to think about how if I'm too nasty, if I'm not nasty enough. It's just
mm,
natural. I can walk in there being my authentic, uninhibited self, and she won't reject me because ultimately she's been waiting for me. Now,
Mhm.
Now, if you fear if I wait and I get home and she pays some floor time about where you been, I sent that booty pic. Yeah, we got a problem. You ain't her. You're not her.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're
I
not
would be
her.
butt naked all day.
Listen,
Waiting. I'd
because
be butt naked all day, waiting on
come
you. I'd have
on,
poses ready and everything. I'd be like,
come
okay.
on. Listen, listen. Because my thing is, If we're together, you know me beyond the bedroom. You have experienced me intimately through text messages, and the waiting part is incredible. Now, let me ask you: if you were in the position, would you stop what you're doing and leave?
Me?
Yes,
Oh yeah, I
yes,
done did it
sir.
before. I done did it before.
Oh
And
no.
would you repeat it? Would you repeat it just because because it may not be the same with the next chick?
No, 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 no. We was at a biker party.
Hmm.
I flew back home from Atlanta. The pictures were so good. I was like, yo, I'll holler at y'all later. I'm about to dip. I had to go get that.
So
I had to.
what made you leave then? What instinctively happened to make you leave right then?
Shit, I was about to instantly get some sex as soon as I walked in the room. Shit.
Okay. So
Mm.
you didn't feel like if I don't go, I ain't gonna get it?
I mean, it was one. Honestly and truthfully, the morning after, I was supposed to be catching a flight back to Georgia. So it's like,
Okay.
do I go? Do I go ahead and enjoy myself for one last night over here with her, or do I spend some time with my club brothers?
Right.
Deuces, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I'm gonna go ahead and go grab this up, go smash these cheeks real
Mm-hmm.
quick.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to y'all later.
Okay.
So you
Well,
you men, so you men, do you guys date for
oh, let's not
compatibility?
say you. Okay, I gotta
Well, I'm
stop
just
you. I
saying, I'm
gotta
just
stop
joking
you.
with
I
you.
have to stop you. Don't start your comments and your statements with you men. Don't do that.
Well,
Generalizing.
I can't speak
Say
for a
does
man.
men. Does
You
men. Because
well,
when you say
you
you men, you do
men.
I see you doing like this. You
I am. I'm
men.
like, yeah.
Nah. So what's your
That's
question,
fine.
sweetheart? Go ahead.
Do you guys date for compatibility, or do you date for the chemistry? Because for me, like I'm trying to teach myself to do more of the compatibility versus the chemistry, because the chemistry dies so quick, and it's like then you get with this person, you're like, I don't even like this dude, and then it's just you
Hmm.
wasted your coochie.
Saying you wanna start? I have plenty to say for that. Go ahead, my
Go
man.
ahead. Go ahead, bro. I'll let you go.
All right,
I'll let you tackle me first. Go
so
ahead.
let me talk about my side of the man's side.
Get him.
Most men don't date until we sit at the table. Women date before you get to the table because you're thinking, I hope it's this, I hope it's this, I hope this doesn't go wrong, I hope this don't go wrong, I hope he's nice. I hope we see you, we meet you, we set it up, we come when we sit at the table, that's when we learn you. We don't have this preconceived idea. We don't have this notion of will this work? I hope this shit goes well. No, we go in saying, listen, if it don't go well, I know about 3, 4 other women that I can call on my way home if I
Mm.
need to experience what I didn't experience with this woman who I just met. And I'm not talking about even sexually, because I've sat across the table from some IG models who couldn't talk, and it turned me all the way off. I mean, some of the baddest million followers, and I sit there like, oh wow, your conversation, you speaking in broken English. All you talking about is being famous. That shit makes me unattracted to you.
Yeah,
Mm.
self-absorbed. Yeah.
So for me, let me just speak again. For me, my dating starts during the conversation, during we're sitting down and eating, because now I am experiencing what you're going to look like in the future. Because men think future. We think, can I sit down with you at a table every week, and you be off
Yeah.
your phone, and we're having a conversation, we're engaging. Because when we done hitting, we got to talk.
Right.
We got to be
Right.
around you. We got to spend time with you and your family. See, men think more futuristic than women think that you all think we do. We really think more futuristic.
Ooh.
We really do. We just don't talk about it as much. We don't talk about it as
Yeah.
much. So the dating process, that's why dating ain't shit. Because everybody's coming to the table with their representative, and they wanna impress you instead of having maybe a moment of awkwardness that you'll probably experience a year later if you get into a relationship with this person. So my advice is in the dating process, just enjoy the moment. enjoy the moment. You'll experience the natural attraction. You'll experience all those things that you do or don't want, versus going in there with the mindset of I hope it works and not this and that. Because what that does is that'll cripple you, and you won't have a real, true, authentic moment. He may be funny and not attractive. You may just be impressed with his cologne, or we may be impressed with your eyes, and you can have your boobs all the way out to here, and we like, yo, that's too much. I want to go to the dentist, get your teeth clean.
Mm, wow.
It's so there's many aspects that I think that we deal with that we don't deal with in the moment. And if that don't make sense, then I'm sorry, but that's my answer. Sam, come on now. You put me out there first. What you feeling?
Hold on, let me charge my phone.
Well, I don't know, Jeremy. I think some women are the same too, though.
Okay. Well, elaborate. Let me hear you.
I mean, no, because there are times, just like you said, that, I don't think I go on a date or, or something like that. I don't go right and be like, oh my God, he's so handsome and he's perfect. He has a good job. I don't look at any of that because, like you said, they could be all of that and be, narcissists,
Horrible.
or they could, yeah, be
Mm-hmm.
horrible people.
Mm-hmm.
So to me,
Yeah.
I don't just look at looks. I'm really more turned on about, the mind. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sapiosexual, I'm that type of person. So if
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
can talk to
Mm-hmm.
me and teach me something I don't know,
Oh
I'm wet
yes, ma'am.
already. So,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am.
and
I
a lot
agree.
of women are not, they don't care about all of that. They don't care. Like I'm one, I have my own money. I don't need your money. So I'm not going to be at the table looking like, to me, I'm looking for a partner, somebody who could, build with me, not somebody who can do for me. And
Mm-hmm.
if it
Mm-hmm.
does come that way that you're doing for me, that's just a bonus. So I
That's
mean,
good.
I don't know. So
That's
I'm just
good.
trying to say I don't think all women are looking
Yeah.
at a
No. No.
man
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Yeah. Yeah.
picket
Yeah.
fence and
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
gonna work? Because sometimes I just go just to have fun.
Exactly.
And I'm not
Exactly.
even looking for a relationship, and I let them know up front, like, yo, chill, look at me as
Right.
this average woman. Don't try to over sexualize me. Don't do this,
Right.
because
Right.
me,
Right.
there's a lot of me in Atlanta. So
Right.
there's
Right.
nothing different, just treat me normal. Let's have fun.
Right.
So, and
Right.
Yeah.
that's how I'm always on dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Candace, anyone
That's
else?
good. That's good. I totally agree with what she's saying. When you first started to comment, you generalized, and that's one of my pet peeves. Oh my goodness, it's one of my pet peeves. And
That's why I
so,
said half the side of men and half the. But go ahead.
absolutely, yeah. Like every woman is different, and what
Yes.
we bring to the table is different. I'm just like Sherry. I have my own, but I just want someone to see me for my personality, who I am
Hmm.
as a person. See Candace for who she is, and not everything that you feel like I bring to the table. And so, if you can see that total person, you're going to be totally happy, because the
Yeah.
sex that comes with it is just a bonus.
Where's
Let me
Vida?
get my
Vida, you hiding?
lollipop.
Where you at? Where you at, Vida? Where you hiding? You quiet.
I'm
You're not saying
here.
anything. Come on, say
I'm
something, Mama.
listening to everybody. I'm listening. I wanna hear and understand everybody's perspectives, because we all have different ones. I mean, I'm in
Hmm.
agreement with the ladies and stuff, but I also feel like I am an independent woman. I have a lot of things going on with myself, but a lot of people only see me as a sex symbol. There is so
Hmm.
much more to me than just sex. I have a lot of businesses and things of that nature. But I mean, I could do a lot of things for myself, but I just want to know that the person I'm dealing with can match me, can do
Hmm.
things that I can do also for myself. Because you could buy me a car, I could buy one myself, I could buy you one too. But I just have to know that you're giving, that you're willing to do it. There's too many young men out here that only see you as just just an object, just something to get over, something you put on your belt, something you just notch
Yes.
off your belt and stuff. And so I need a little bit more than what other women may need from out of a man.
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
and being
Hmm.
secure is definitely a plus. Like a man that's with me, he has to be secure within himself. I can't deal with an insecure man, a narcissist, because it's a lot of them.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of us.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we're spirit trying to master flesh. So a big part of how we engage with each other is humility. And if you don't understand the power of humility, then again, you're not a student. And most people feel like because they have that they are, and that's not true. We should always be in a posture to learn, even
Hmm.
from the smallest to the biggest thinker, the richest person, the poorest person. Everyone can teach us something, especially when you're talking about sex and love and dating and all that stuff. It's all personality based
Hmm.
and an idea of what I would like idea of what they want versus understanding that who they are could be something good, even because um, iron sharpens iron. We learn from each other. Your strengths could be my weaknesses. My strengths can be your weaknesses. We come together and we have this incredible moment of connection where we both can learn some strategic things for our relationship. People don't fight for their relationship anymore. People don't work on their relationship anymore because it's work. Everybody wants it to be as is. When you meet somebody, we're ready. No, you got to work. And a lot of times we leave, even just in the dating process. We stop dating because it's not going like we want it to go. Never even assuming that it could be us that it's not going the way we want it to go. So we can also implement that in sex. Being intimate with somebody, we say, "Oh, they trash. They couldn't do this. They couldn't do that," and they're walking away saying, "Ooh, that was trash. He couldn't do this. He couldn't do that." It's all it all has everything to do with paying attention to one another. You know what I'm saying?
But it also has
So,
to. It's
Go ahead,
no,
Sin.
go ahead. It's also you gotta raise the question: what is you fucking for? You fucking for a purpose, or you just fucking the fuck? That
Okay.
also
What's the
that
difference?
also
What's the
plays.
difference? What's the difference? What's the difference?
It's a big difference. If you fucking the fuck, you
Talk
just
to me.
fucking you just want to hit them cheeks and go on about your business. Go on to the next one. Now, if
Right.
you're fucking for a purpose, that's that's a totally different ballgame. Like, do you are you having feelings for this person? Are you physically
Hmm.
attracted to this person? Mentally attracted to this person? There's so many different variables that come into play with having sex with somebody and actually being with them. Like,
Hmm.
are you willing to learn who this person is? Are you the biggest step? Are you willing to meet the family? Because that's 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 how any woman know that she done made it with me. If I introduce you to my brothers, yo,
Hmm.
you made it.
Hmm.
You made it.
That's
If
your end.
you exactly, if you coming and you hanging out with us and you doing all the shit that we be doing, and you can hang
Hmm.
and you're not badgering me the whole entire time. Well, when can we leave? Oh, I'm tired. Oh, is this safe? Shut the hell up. Sit down. If you ain't doing all that, shit, cool.
So what if she good
But
in bed and she doing all that?
huh?
I said, what if she's good in bed and she's doing all of that?
Oh well, then that's when you get to the crossroad of like, shit. It's you know what? Just stay here. Just stay here. I'm about to go. I'm gonna go. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
So,
I
ladies,
mean, but
same question for
it's
you.
different.
so can you
But it,
ask the question one more time? Ask the question again.
Okay, so what Sin said was, if she's naggy and all these things, if he after he's let her into his intimate and personal space, right? He doesn't. He's saying if you do start doing all of that, then it makes me feel even more regrettable about having you in my space, and you're not what I was saying earlier. Then you not her. So I'm posing the same questions to you all, like as ladies. I'm not generalizing. As ladies, when you meet someone and he's amazing in bed, it is the number one dick you've always wanted. And but there's things about him that nag you. There's things about him that you still want to be intimate with as well. How do you balance that?
Well, me personally, I can tell you. So, and everybody thinks it's so weird, but like when I first start talking to someone, I have this whole screening process
Okay.
because I have to get with you mentally before I get with you physically. And so
Yeah,
I
I
need to
agree. Me
understand
too.
your mind. I need to understand how you operate,
Yes, yes.
the things that you like, what you're into, your upbringings. It's just so much to it for me. And so, because if we don't click mentally, you can't get me wet. And if you can't get me wet,
Oh
we
man.
know
Oh
what comes
man.
on after that.
Oh
And
man. Oh man. Look
so,
at Vida. Vida. Look at Vida. Look at Vida. Look at Vida. She's shaking her head. She nodding. She nodding. She nodding.
so I mean, it's just downhill from there. But you can intrigue me mentally and stimulate me and fuck my mind, and it's just I just melt after that.
So
Just melt
okay.
after that.
So hearing all of that, if once you've melted and you wet and everything is amazing, but he nags you about he's a mama's boy.
Yep, I just experienced it, and it's over. It's over.
So so how do you troubleshoot that? What is the decision in that moment?
Well, the thing was, so I didn't pick up on it in the screening process. I had to
Hmm.
physically be in this person's presence. And once I got in his presence and I got to see, all the mama boyness about him,
Mm, hmm,
it
hmm.
threw up those red flags. And now, as I have matured as a woman, red flags is something that I do not dismiss like I used to when
Hmm.
I was younger.
Right.
And so, yeah, like I
Are you
said,
asking the
because
questions when when you see the red flags? Are you asking the questions immediately, or are you just using them as signs?
I use signs, but I do have roundabout ways of asking questions without being
Okay.
offensive.
Okay. 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 Okay.
So,
Okay. Sherry.
I as well have an interview process. I have a whole checklist, and I'm telling you on the first date, if you don't meet the first few, I'm done.
Wait.
No sin,
Oh
no
man.
sin. Let me just tell
Wait.
you, like, if they
You
don't
say
meet,
whole or hoe?
not a whole like
Oh.
a HO,
entire,
whole, entire.
Oh,
entire.
whole. Okay, I thought you
Yeah,
said a whole checklist. My bad.
whole,
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my
not
God.
whole.
That is hilarious.
But
Oh
anyway,
man.
speaking about the mama boy thing, me, I use it to my advantage. Like my husband, well, let me say one of my husbands was a mama's boy, and I used it to my advantage. I made myself, I made the mom an ally, So
Yeah.
anytime I
Yeah.
needed something, I just went to the mom and she went to the, like, hey, well, such and such is not doing this. And next thing I
Mm,
know, then my
mm,
situation was corrected and it made it better for our relationship because I knew that that was like a barrier between us. And to
right.
me, who else to make friends with or to try to develop a relationship to strengthen your relationship, and that's what I did. So, and
Yeah.
it did help for a while, but we had further issues that had nothing to do with the mom, and the mom was just like, this is beyond me, I don't even understand what he's going through. So, and that's a whole nother issue where we're talking about the porn, the drinking, where they choose porn over having sex with you, but that can be another topic. So, but
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. That's definitely another
yeah,
topic.
yeah.
Vida.
It's a great topic.
Vida.
Yes, that would be a great topic.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that right now. Stay focused. Stay focused. Next week. Let's do that next week. So expound. Let's
um,
hear your mind.
let's see.
If he's a mama's boy or whatever you have experienced, explain how you were able to either continue in the relationship, although your heart was involved, you just those things just wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just I'm very short for bullshit. So
Okay.
I'm
but
with you, Vida.
I'm a very like happy person, and so I just disregard a lot of stuff. I use my mother's ears, and I just stop listening.
Mm,
So
mm,
when men start to get on my nerves or nagging me or getting into that petty stuff, sometimes I just stop listening, or I just leave or go someplace else. The sex may be wonderful, but I always know that there's better sex someplace else if this one isn't getting me where I want to go. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot to say on that level because I see red flags on certain things. I just
Saying I see you, saying I see you shaking your head, saying what you got. Come on, jump in there.
I agree totally with Vida, and it's not just because I've been researching her for 2 weeks.
Wow. Wow.
It's research.
Banter.
It's research for the show. Y'all not
You,
finna
you
sit
feel
up
you
here and
feel
play
you
games.
research
feel
for the
connected.
show. Okay, for the show.
But I agree with her
Okay.
so much because I'm the same way. Once it gets to be too much once it gets to be too much and like you doing all of this, I shut down. I
Yeah,
shut down.
yeah,
And bruh, at that point, I really don't care. And yeah, the sex could be, and like Vita said, the sex could be good, but everybody in the back of their mind knows that they can always go get something better someplace else. But the
yeah.
thing is, what does that better come along with?
Hmm.
There's
Exactly.
Listen, let me
consequences for
tell
Mm,
you something.
everything.
Hmm.
mm. So
Now let's everybody just perked up when he said
I'm
that.
glad. Yeah, I'm glad Sin said that.
Cause the
Come on
grass is
now.
not
Glad Sin
greener
said
on the
that.
other side, but people
It's
like to
not.
go water somebody else's grass. If you
Well,
Mm,
well,
understand what
let
I'm
me
saying.
let me help you understand. Let me help you understand before Candace takes the mic. Vida, Vida,
Yes,
Vida,
yes, yes.
sweetheart, the
Yeah.
grass is greener on the other side, my nigga.
No,
Yeah.
it's
No,
not.
Yes,
no,
it is.
no.
No, yes, it is.
You hear
Let
what
me
uh-huh.
tell
I
you
said?
why.
You
Let
hear
me
what
tell you.
I
Let me tell
said?
you why. Let me tell you why. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on. Hold
I'm
on. Let me
listening.
tell you why. Let me tell you
Okay.
why.
Oh, his ass live in
Because
Texas.
your perspective determines your outcome. If I believe the grass is greener on the other side, that's what I'm going after. I'm not going to go after the same artificial grass that I just experienced. The one thing about being an individual is that we have liberties and we have choices. So you don't know that the grass is not greener or is greener until you experience it. Listen, for
Mm-hmm.
you to say,
Mm-hmm.
so when you say, well, because there's always some better sex somewhere else, it contradicts the point of the grass ain't greener on the other side. It
This is
completely contradicts it. So what I'm saying is, for every experience is always going to be different. Always going to be different. The we rarely meet people who are everything that we desire or require. Rarely.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Mm-hmm.
most people get married one time, and then if they divorce, they never get married again
That's
because
right.
whoever they married, they met their requirements and their desires, and they learned more. They were more open, So I understand what you're saying, and I think what we sometimes do, we kind of live our lives based on cliches, and we don't go through the complete experience of the process of learning if the grass is greener on the other side because we're fear based. Everything is based on what I ain't gonna do again and what I don't want to get I want to get my heart broken, especially with the bros, because we like, yo, once you break my heart once, we on a tangent. And it's unfortunate, but even all men aren't like that. Some men, I'm the guy, I've been married once. I love love. I love love. I love the connection, the possibility of love. But I also understand that when I get to that process and there's something that's either a red flag or something that I think is kind of off, I immediately say, hey, explain that to me. What is this? What is this? Because 5 years from now, I don't want to be having this conversation about what that is. So I immediately have the conversation with respect, of course, because it
Yes.
may be something that the person didn't even want me to know or even learn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
So,
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
so Jay, let me ask you this question. I'm asking the whole panel. Can you be in love or in lust
Oh, don't,
with
don't.
two people at the same time? Well, with multiple people at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And most
Instinctively.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
instinctively, on some real shit, instinctively, we were never created to be with one person. That's Western philosophy.
don't go there. Don't go there.
Instinctively, and
Understood.
I'm just talking about
Understood.
the instinct of desire and
Mm-hmm.
of attraction. what we have bought into, which is probably smart to a degree
Mhm.
to in many ways, but we are not instinctively. So, oh man, this
So
is,
so
I got to
hold
be
on, hold
careful with what
on,
I'm saying
hold
because
on,
it's
Mm-hmm.
so
hold
Yes.
on.
broad. It's
Yes.
so broad.
Yes.
So
Go
hold
ahead,
on. Let me
Candace.
Yes.
let me ask you this way. Okay, can you be? I'm gonna ask the same exact question. Can you be in love with two people? Because you're talking about desire, which is sounding
I'm
to
talking
me
about
like
love.
lust.
I'm talking about
So you
love.
think that
No.
you can love two people equally at the
Yes.
same?
Yes. Love
I
is a
think it's
decision.
impossible.
Love is a
You
decision.
I think it's
Mm-mm.
Love is a
absolutely
decision.
impossible.
you can
And I'm gonna
love
tell
Love
more
you,
is
than
an
one person.
emotion. It's an
I'm
emotion, and in emotion you can control it. It's an emotion. It's how you feel.
It's a
exactly,
decision.
but I think at some point someone is gonna get the short end of the stick in
Of
the
course. Of
situation.
course.
You
Of course.
can okay, so
But
back to my
it doesn't
original
cancel
question,
out.
can
But
you
it doesn't cancel
equally
out. But it does not just because someone may get hurt, it does not cancel out that it is a real thing though. You ask,
I
can it
understand
happen?
it's a real thing. I understand that it's a real thing, but can you
Okay.
equally distribute that love to multiple people?
If everybody's
No.
mature in it, you can.
I
No.
Mm.
don't
You
think
can't.
it's impossible. I think that is
You can't.
impossible.
And I'm gonna
Well,
give
okay,
you a
so
real
then
good
Sin,
explanation.
let me
okay.
hear what you have to say about it.
I'm gonna give you a real good explanation.
Okay.
Okay.
If you have kids, right,
Hmm.
you're gonna love your kids,
Every last one of them.
but the same, but you're gonna love them differently. And I say that to say this:
For
with
their
my
individual.
sons,
Yeah.
with my sons, I love both of them to death. I will do anything for them. I put my best foot forward every day just for them. You see what I'm saying? But because of the factors in which my kids have, one is going to seem like he gets more love because he asks for more shit. The other one don't ask for nothing. He just wanna run around and jump all day. So
More
it's
self
like
sufficient.
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
He'll grab his shit and he'll go run in his room, close the door, and I won't see him until I bring home some damn pizza or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's all about the standards that you yourself have as far as what you love.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what it's really
basically,
I
about. It's
mean,
about standards.
I
so
agree with what you're saying. However, a love for a child is unconditional.
Completely different. I agree. I was gonna
Yes,
say that too.
Hmm.
when
It
you
is.
love an adult because you know mentally that they're capable of hurting you, that love is on a total different level. You
Right.
know, so yes, you can be vulnerable or whatever, but even if your child does do something to hurt you because you have that different type of love for them, you forgive them. But when it's that adult, it's total. I
Oh
don't know
no.
what it is, why we're programmed to look at love differently for our children or our family
mhm.
versus somebody that we sexually or we're intimate with. That love, when we're hurt that way, that's when we're just like, nope, I can't do it. And I want to back up
Exactly.
about the grasses on the other side. I hope we were talking about dating and not marriage, because I believe in, like, if you're married and all of that's going on, the red flags, I believe in fixing them red flags,
Yes. Yes.
maintaining that line, not going to the other
Yeah.
side, stuff like dating. I'm all with it. Like, if you're
Yeah.
dating and you see these red flags, one, two, nope, I'm not dealing with it, because
Yeah.
already they're telling you who they are. Why would you even
Hmm.
go down that road to even put yourself in that situation? They're not for you. Keep it moving.
Right. I think
Thanks.
that's what
And
Vida
then
was talking about. She was talking about the dating aspect, not marriage, because
Yes.
that is a
Okay.
whole nother level. Go ahead, Constance. What were you going to say? I don't want to cut you off.
so and you made a great point. So love with adults is totally conditional. It's totally conditional, and so yeah, that's
Kids.
totally different. So I'm going to go back to the question again. Can you equally distribute your love to multiple people?
I
You
No.
cannot.
can.
Yes.
No.
You
I
I
cannot.
can.
can.
I
You
can't.
can.
I can.
Okay,
I
I
can
can't.
if I
I want to
know.
hear I want to hear from Vida. I want to hear from Vida because she ain't really jumped in on this conversation.
I believe that you can, especially if you know what you're getting into when you're going into it. I feel that you can have an
Exactly.
attraction with one person, and then you can have more of a mental connection with
Thank
someone
you.
else,
Thank you.
and you can equally have that feeling that you have for both of them, but it's just for different reasons. Just because you love someone don't mean that you love them for the same things. That's why with me, I think I need to have at least 4 men because I need.
My God. My God. My God. My God. Oh, Lord
Application
Jesus.
I
website,
love it.
please.
I love it.
I need one to
Oh,
elevate
Sin is
my
throwing his
I
name
mind.
into
love
the
it.
hat. Sin is
I
throwing
just
his
come through
name
one
into the hat,
Sundays.
Vita. You hear him?
I
Sin is
just
throwing
come
his
through
name
on
into the hat,
Sundays. That's
Vita.
it.
I hear you. I hear you. I
But
need
but
four.
but
I need
Candace,
four because
but
I need.
Candace, like, go
Mhm.
ahead, Mama. Go ahead. Go ahead, V. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying I say that I need four, and the only reason why is because I need somebody there that's going to be, and I should be able to get all of this in one man. But I haven't found that man just yet. I'm being honest with you. But I need one that's
Right.
emotionally stable, mentally and physically and spiritually. I need all four of them, and I just can't seem to find them all in just one person. That doesn't
Uh-huh.
mean that when I see like what you said, Jay, as far as when you see something, you ask a person about them just to see where their mind is, where they're coming from, because everybody's not didn't come up with the same background, didn't come up
Hmm.
Exactly.
learning how to
Exactly.
love a person. And so you have
Exactly.
to show each individual how to love you because what they may have
Exactly.
accepted or allowed in a relationship prior to you, you may not accept that, but they may feel like it's okay and they haven't done anything wrong. Like, why is this girl tripping? Why is she nagging? I've done this before. But
Exactly.
you got to break stuff
Exactly.
down the same way that you would break it down to a child with men.
Exactly. Which is why I say everyone has to be mature in it.
Hmm.
Polygamists, they are mature. They know what it is.
Yes,
They know
yes.
what it is. So I understand your question, Candice. Now, here's where I think where it
Hmm.
turns from an accuracy or inaccuracy. Is it right or wrong? That's what you're really trying to ask. But the possibility of doing it, heck yeah.
Well,
Heck
no,
yeah.
no,
Because
I'm never going to ask if it's right or wrong because
okay,
that's
okay.
that's a personal choice.
Exactly. I agree. I
Uh,
agree. I
Me
agree.
personally, I'm on board with it. You love who you love, and it
Yeah.
is what it is. But I think even the polygamists fuck it up. They
Yeah,
fuck it
I
up
agree. I
because
agree.
you have situations where people go in and there is a standard, there's boundaries, there's rules that are set, and somewhere down the situation,
Hmm.
somebody
Yep.
reneges, and then the whole situation is fucked up.
Crumbles.
So,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and
But that's
and
that's
and that
that's
lifestyle, it happens a lot.
yeah, yeah. Well, because we evolve. We evolve, and some of us evolve instantly, and some of it takes time. And what
Hmm.
Vita said is very
Hmm.
important. Each person requires something different. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I think once you make the agreement that you're going to be those things that the person needs, then
So
it's
not
a
what
it's
y'all do.
the conversation is null and void. It's like, hey, I am doing what you said you needed. And I think
Oh,
most times we are not verbal about how we want to be loved. We only
Are
talk
Mm.
you
about what we don't.
unsure?
We only talk about what we don't want. We never talk about what we want. Everybody comes to the
Mm.
table and say, well, what I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want to be played. I don't want to be this. But we don't say, I want to be loved like this.
Mm.
I
That's
love
deep.
hugs. I love kisses. I don't give a shit about no flowers. And the whole I don't need your money and all this stuff. Get rid of that. Lose that in your conversation because most times that can come across as arrogant and proud, and that can be
Men don't like
a
that.
deterrence
Mhm.
to someone. Yeah, because if we like you, we experience everything that comes with you, whether it's your money, whether it's your car, we still experience that equally. You know what I'm saying? There was a day, and I'm telling my age now, but there was a day. If a man didn't have a car and a woman had a car, wasn't nobody tripping. I come and get you. There was a day that was a thing, And or if the guy had a car and the girl didn't have a car, nobody was like, "No, you need a car. In order to be with me, you need a car." Now, I agree. In order to date, you need a car, but that depends where you live. Because in New York, you don't need a car. You know what I'm saying? Even actually here in
Mhm.
Atlanta, you don't really need a car, but you need a car to get wherever else you need to get because Atlanta is too, broad. But
Mhm.
I see what you're saying, though, Candace. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It's definitely a
Yeah.
double-edged sword. You know, um,
And
that was a
then
good question, though. That was a really good question.
back to it was a loaded question. It was a loaded
Oh, it's
question. I'm
completely
going
loaded.
through
I think everything we asking is loaded.
that. So I
A
wanted
lot
to
of
go
time.
back to what Sin was saying, but I want to bring it to an adult level. And so when
Hmm.
we talk about love and our partners needing certain things from us, it seems like the person that needs the most gets the most attention. And then
Mm.
when you're dealing with multiple situations, and so is that fair to the person that doesn't need or doesn't require that much attention and love and affection? Why do they get the short end of the stick? And that's the reason why I just say I don't think that it's possible to equally distribute yourself like that. Over.
Sin, what are you about to say?
No, no, no. Sin.
Ah, it's tough. It's tough. No,
Yeah.
and honestly and truthfully, I say this shit because it's really, it's really fucking difficult because always at the beginning, it's always going to be fine. It's always going to be perfect. It ain't until y'all, it's not
Yeah,
until
yeah,
y'all
yeah.
start living together, y'all start being together more, and
Hmm.
that's when you like,
Hmm.
God damn, I ain't got no fucking space. When problems happen, and when problems start happening, like, God damn, I gotta
Yeah,
do this, I gotta do that. It actually it really gets difficult. And
yeah,
Jeremy, like you
yeah.
said, Jay, like you said one time when we was talking, it's about communication.
It is.
Yes, sir.
A
It
lot of
is.
people can't actually communicate the way
Mm,
their partner might want them to. So
Mm-hmm.
that's also where another divide comes in. Because a lot
Hmm.
of people, they really just a lot of motherfuckers, they really just want their partner to be on the same type of level that they are.
Hmm.
Everybody wants an
Hmm.
adult. Nobody wants to babysit. But it's like, can you really put an age on somebody being an adult?
Right.
And that's a
That's
and
good.
that's a problem that I have with myself.
Okay.
I don't expect to tell a motherfucker what they need to be doing and not doing.
Hmm.
But like I can't remember who said it earlier, but when you're from two different walks of life,
mm,
that creates an issue. When you're from a life where you had to grow up, you had to do everything for yourself, you had to provide for yourself, and that's what made you who you are today.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get involved with a person who never had to do shit, always had their
yeah.
mom and dad to back them up, always
Yeah,
had an
Mm-hmm.
escape
yeah,
plan,
yeah.
always had this, always had that, always had everything afforded to them. You looking at them
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, you pussy. What
Right,
the fuck
right,
you just gonna be a baby forever?
right, right. And that's their dynamic. And we can't. And here's the other part about that. Because that's their dynamic, we can't guilt trip them because of that. That's just their culture.
Mm-mm.
That's where.
It
So,
is.
like Sherry said, the whole using the mom as the ally. That's smart. the
So
average
what?
the average person would not even do that. They'd be like, no, you need to choose me over your mother, versus
Mm-hmm.
understanding the idea of, well, wait a minute. First of all, if I'm going to be married to this man, I need to be close to his family. First of all, at least
Mm-hmm.
close enough to know everybody's personalities, everybody's weaknesses and strengths. So let me become allies with her if that's where his heart and his mind and all his moves is connected to, because ultimately, realistically, he's supposed to ditch his mother on some real shit.
That's
He's
what the Bible
supposed to ditch
says.
his. That's what I mean. You're supposed to leave and
Absolutely.
cleave.
Yeah.
That's what
So
it says.
ultimately, the wisdom that she uses in her wisdom to say, well, if I know I can't break this tie physically, then I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
break this. I'm going to join this tie emotionally. And now we
Mm-hmm.
all get what we want. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that's doing the work. That's the part that's doing the work, you know? But Candace, yeah, you started something with that one. You started something with that one.
I didn't think
She
it was
telling the
gonna
truth.
go left like
Yeah.
that, you know.
No, it's
But hey,
supposed to though.
that's what we're here for. We're here
Yes,
to
Yes.
talk
ma'am.
about it.
Yes,
We're here
ma'am.
to
Yes,
talk about it.
ma'am.
And about Sherry's conversation, that is a genius idea, and I tried it,
Genius.
and it blew up in my face.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
It don't work for
he
everybody.
ditched both of us. He got
Oh
rid of both
wow.
our asses, and me and Mom was left out on the curb, kicking it, talking shit about him because he ain't shit, you
Oh
know.
Hmm.
wow.
But it was the maturity level, you know. We were
Yeah.
on a maturity level that he wasn't on, and he just couldn't understand, you know, why he felt like we teamed up against him,
Yeah.
to
Hmm.
help him
Yeah.
get his shit together. But at the same time, we was just trying to encourage him to be a better person. And so,
Mhm.
I may try it again. I may not.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
didn't work for me. So,
Yeah, that's the difficult. I think that's the difficult thing about relationships is that be, both for those of us who love intimately, sometimes we just accept some stuff that we really don't want to because we just love the person and not even seeing them as in a potential mindset, but just because we love a certain way, we say, you know what? Okay, I'll accept that flaw in you and not take it personal, not allow you to project it on me or see it as some manipulation mechanism that you use to get your way. But
Hmm.
like Vida said, you have to be willing to say, hey, listen, 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 listen. Check this out. When you do that, I feel like you're trying to play me, and I don't want to feel like that.
mm,
Let's be real about this. I'm going to allow you to be your authentic self, but understand you can't do that to me. Let's
Hmm.
figure out a different way.
nice.
And most times when we experience that, we immediately feel rejected, which is why I say feelings have no logic. You can't rely on your feelings. Feelings have no logic at all. All they do is feel. So you have to be mature in your thinking. You have to be solid in who you are and
Absolutely.
come to the table. I tell people now that want to talk to me about dating and all that stuff, I tell them, come to the table with what you require, not what you want, because your wants will change, your needs will change. Tell
True.
people
True.
what you
True.
require today. Today. Vida, what you think about that? You shaking your head back
Yeah.
there.
No, I agree. I agree. Yes. Yes.
What do you think? Elaborate.
um. Um. Okay. I just had a brain fart right now.
I'll
So
pop
so
in
let
for
me
you,
let
Vida. I'll pop in for
okay, go ahead,
Vida.
You
Sherry.
said pop in
Um,
for me, Sherry.
yeah, I was just gonna say, because it's just a lot of stuff that you were, talking about and everything. But to me, one of the things that I see with relationships, and I'm trying not to talk too much about mine, but it's how can I say it? To me, I feel that yes, we can be with multiple partners and still have one partner. But the problem is, and I'm not going to just say men, I'm going to say people
Yeah,
don't
yes,
know how
yes.
to communicate. They don't know how to be truthful. And because none
Mhm.
of that's there, they take away one or the other's choice. So
Yep.
then that's where those issues come in, to where when you take my choice away, like if me and you, Jeremy, we're in a relationship and you're like, hey, I'm gonna go fuck Vida. Well, actually, you didn't have to tell me, but we have an open
Right.
relationship. As long
Right,
as I
right, right,
feel like
right.
you're putting me first and you're not, shaming
Yeah,
me or
not
anything,
bullshitting you. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't I don't have an issue with it. I'm okay
Right.
Mhm.
with being with one person in an open relationship, but don't, like Vida said, don't come at me wrong. Don't treat me like, tell me, you're different, but treat me no different than you treat these women. Because with the other women, it's sex. With me,
Yes.
we're in a
It's intimacy.
relationship. We're
Yeah,
building.
yeah,
We're
yeah, I
doing
agree.
something. That's an activity. You're going to the fucking gym and blowing off steam, but at the same time, you're giving me the choice to get a bigger dick, longer dick, whatever I want. So you got to
Yeah,
think about
yeah,
that shit
yeah,
too. So don't think
yeah,
that
Yes.
you just
yeah,
going for the
yeah.
wop. I'm going for the wop.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Don't put you in shame.
that's very true because, you know, all this stuff is fear based.
Mm-hmm.
We as humans, we hate to lose, right? So instinctively, we just hate to lose. So we think if we're not forthright in our information, if we're not authentic and transparent with what we really want and require and desire, we feel like the person, because they may not be into that, we lose the person. But I agree, being straight up and being upfront and saying, hey, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do, but I'm just letting you know. But ultimately, you have to have already been having that kind of conversation to even say, I'm going to go and knock off Vida. And because if we have not been having this conversation before, like you said, oh, I'm not surprised by
Yeah.
that. Because I saw her the other day. So go do what you need to do. But just know when you get home, I might not be here.
Okay now.
And I'm not saying I might not be here, I'm gonna leave you. No, I might not be here because I like other men too. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that requires
Somebody
not
open
just
that door.
communication. Yeah, it requires maturity. Listen,
Okay.
everything is
Too
based
much.
on our level of maturity. Everything. Yeah, now don't get me wrong. There is a side to that most people require monogamy. And I don't want to be with you and three other people. Okay, so the requirement of that should be now, I use the word should because it don't happen all the time. But what should be is even what Vita said. The if you luck up on the one person that I mean just can just do everything that you need, makes you better, makes you stronger for you to do everything that they need, then stay there. Don't ever let the go person die for that shit. Don't let them have to even look at it because again, instinctively, as human beings, as nature, we are not prone to want to just be with one person. That's why we're always attracted to multiple people, even if we are in a relationship.
Mhm.
So if his thing is
You're speaking for men because well, let me not even say for men. You're speaking for yourself. Let me say it that way.
well,
Because
yeah, no
Yes.
doubt, no
to
doubt,
me, when I'm with somebody and I'm only, I'm my eyes are only set on them. So like
right,
I can be with one man. My thing is
right,
if
right,
we need to venture off because the chemistry's died or whatever, then yes, I'm okay with that as long as you
right.
give me the choice to do the same
Yes,
thing.
yes,
Other
Right.
than
yes,
that, I could
yes,
be with you for
yes,
the rest of my life, 50 years
yes,
in that
yes.
one dick, and that's okay. It wouldn't
And
bother me.
that results in constant
Communication.
communication and maturity. So what I'm
Communication.
talking about to the person in a constant maturity and communication monogamous relationship that says, okay, it's just going to be you and me. Each person, and this is incredibly important, each person must extend themselves as far as the other person needs them to. It shouldn't be no, oh, that ain't my shit, so I ain't doing it. No, if I'm your man and you love me, then you love that. Now,
But okay.
I'm not talking about the man that's trying to invite another person into your bedroom or into the relationship. I'm talking about strictly monogamous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Go
I'm
ahead,
I'm
Candace. What were you gonna
glad
say?
I'm glad you said that because I think these days monogamy does not exist. It
Yeah.
doesn't exist, and and the reason why I'm going to say it doesn't exist is because in my mind, cheating starts in the mind. You don't have to physically be with someone to cheat.
I
Mentally, you're cheating,
agree.
and
Yep.
so you hit it on the head. You said that, and maybe I'm not going to quote you, but you said that it's not normal for people to be with one person
Yeah.
and one
Yeah.
person alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's instinctive for them to be with multiple people. And so, if that's the case, let me put something out there.
Okay.
Men, and I don't want to generalize, but I'm going to say more times than not, if anyone steps out on a relationship, it is normally the man. If the woman steps out on a relationship, why is it such a problem? Why is it so different? Why does the man just totally lose it when that has been the norm for women forever?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a real good question because I want to understand that too. Because men, they seem like they hearts or the way that they love is so much harder or so much more than a woman's love. So if a man goes out and he cheats on me, and I will accept him back and accept his apologies and everything else, but if he caught me holding hands with another man and we hadn't even got the sex yet, then I'm the dirtiest, funkiest, sluttiest. He's never fucking with me again, and he's gonna let everybody in my city know what type of woman that I am. But I caught him with 4 other women. Why is it okay for you or me to not be like, well, fuck it, and blow up the same way that you will?
Well, I don't know about those guys, but I'm not like that. So,
I mean,
Sin, have you ever been that guy?
refined.
Now I can take a shot at a generalization. What may help you all have maybe a clear understanding of the instinctive man. But Sin, what do you think? Have you ever experienced that? Where because I'm not that guy. Because if I'm gonna do it, I can't be mad at you doing it. That's how I live.
So have a woman ever cheated on you before and you
Of course, of course.
and and you cheated back on her, or
Nope, nope. Either I accepted it and it changed our relationship, of course, or I said, you know what, this ain't what I want. I ain't mad at you. If that's what you want, go do that. But spite cheating, that you don't get shit out of that.
yeah,
You don't
you
get a
don't.
shit out of
This
that.
is
But
hell, yeah.
here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. What I was saying earlier is about the extension of ourselves, right?
Mhm.
Okay, let's create a scenario. I'm a scenario guy, so let's create a scenario. If you know that your man loves you in heels and dresses, right?
Mhm.
Your schedule is pretty much consistent from Monday through Friday. Let's say you are a librarian, right? But you don't have to get dressed up completely to go be a librarian. And he is a garbage man, but he's taking care of you. You guys are having this wonderful relationship, but you know his shit is heels and dresses. If he says, "Baby, I want to take you to dinner," and you say, "Okay, we're gonna go to dinner every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday." If you know his shit is heels and dresses, and you come out with yoga pants on, sneakers, and the tank because you don't feel like putting on heels and dresses, guess what happens when the girl with heels and dresses walk in the same restaurant that y'all sitting in? He
I
immediately becomes attracted to that. Now, I'm not saying that's an excuse, but hear what I'm saying. We don't extend ourselves as far as our partner's desires and requirements. We make it about what we are uncomfortable about or what we are not comfortable doing. If we
Jay,
understood, yes,
well, I'm
yes,
just gonna say that I am the type of person that I'm into the role play. I'm into the heels. I try to make every man's fantasy. However, I get men, let me say, except for about two, who want to down my sexy. They don't want me to be sexy.
yeah,
They don't
yeah,
want,
that's
and
a
then
whole
no,
nother
no, no,
thing.
no, no, no. And
That's a
then
whole nother
they
thing.
go, and the women that are sexy, that's where their eyes are. But they don't want me to be sexy. So it's
No,
like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. This is me
Listen,
naturally, and
she
listen,
you
this
want to
wanted
world
to
is
down.
filled.
outclass me.
This world is full of double standards. That's just how we have to. We live in a world of double standards.
Narcissistic.
That's why I said
Mhm.
you have to be willing to communicate what you want. You have to be willing to extend yourself, and you have to be willing to be mature. Those 3 components will always make your relationship emotionless. You won't be hurt. You'll experience the euphoria of completion and fulfillment. So I agree when you can be the person that says, because I know I talk to a lot of people and they say that exactly, Sherry. Well, I was doing everything that he wanted, and he still did this, and he still did this. Yeah, but were you doing it with love or were you doing it out of reluctancy? Because he can feel when you're doing it as a chore or you're doing it because you love him, just like men can feel that or you can feel when we're doing something out of responsibility or because we love you. Let's say, okay, let's say if men all of a sudden decided to say, listen, I'm going out and getting this bread to pay the bills, right? I don't have to do that for you. I'm doing that because I like to eat.
Right.
I'm doing that because I gotta buy clothes for me. Now, what do you get to feel like? Do you get to be in your feelings?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I believe in treating my man no different than how I would suck his dick. So
Mm.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh
look at
my! Oh
that.
my!
I'm just saying. Let me
Oh my! Oh my!
Let me get some water. Jesus.
Oh my!
So what I'm trying to say is, I'm
Shit, you're
not
gonna
going to
pour it
go
on
in
me.
there. Well, I'm just saying that what you said, am I doing it out of reluctancy? That would
Yes.
be me doing him like this.
Right.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm doing
Right.
this.
Yeah, okay.
All of
All
it's
right.
going
Yeah.
in. I'm getting every bit of it. So that's what I'm trying to say. So that's not true. And a lot of women
Yeah.
are
Of
like
course.
that.
But that's the
Somebody
double.
got
Oh,
What's that
feedback.
noise? What is that
microphone.
noise? Whose microphone is doing that? But that's the double standard. That is the double standard. That's the thing that, and the liberty. That's the part of the liberty as well, that we can say, well, this is not what I'm going to do. This is not. But if you have the conversation and say, well, sweetheart, let me explain something to you, and I'm telling you this because I love you. That I'm not used to doing that type of thing. I've never been in a relationship where that was required. So you're going to have to give me some grace. You're going to have to be patient
Mhm,
with me as I try to
mhm.
do. See, I'm telling you, listen, I want us, this is going to be one of the stamps for this show. I want everybody to adapt this in their life. Everything can be resolved through a conversation.
I
Okay.
agree.
Everything.
But most
I
people
agree.
don't want to have uncomfortable conversations. And
Yes.
that's
That's
where
the
the
thing.
problem comes in at when a
All day long.
person is uncomfortable with what you're saying and you're not even talking like about them. You're trying to fix the situation and you're bringing up a certain topic. And some men, they just like they shut down and might make them angry opposed to wanting to communicate with you because they ain't never been in a relationship where it was that deep
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
understand each other on that level.
yeah.
That's like, being married, it is something like you have to work at it. You have to work on it. And that's why I was talking about with the grass being greener on the other side. Some people look at grass to be greener on the other side, but you're not willing to water your own grass. Why would
Right.
you go step in somebody else's grass because they got good grass? Because you don't know how to
Right.
take care of your own grass. So you have to work on
Exactly.
yourself before
Yes.
you think
Yeah.
that it's better over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's
Because you're gonna mess up
that's
their shit
maturity.
too.
Yep.
That
Yep.
right. Right.
Maturity, accountability, all of it.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah. And
accountable.
again, love, period, is a selfless act. It's very selfless. You know what I'm
It is.
saying? And if you don't understand the depth of that, we love based on our capacity, and we don't realize our capacity is even broader than we realize it, because we have limits to our pain, our hurt, and our disappointment. We have ceilings and we have walls. So when I look at someone who takes their man back 9 times after what they've done, I can say, wow, she really loves him. Not
Okay.
because,
Or she's
not, and I,
crazy.
exact, no, well, see, but here's my thing. To
Love and
us,
crazy.
because, well, because it's crazy to us because we're on the outside of it. We don't know the
Mhm.
dynamics. We don't know everything that he does for her that she loves. And this, he just may be this one thing that she hates. He just cheats, but he may be good for her and to her. And Sin, say something, bro. I see you. I see your movement. Come on, jump in.
I'm just saying why it had to be 8 though. Like that's a real specific number, my brother. You been
Well,
talking?
I went for 8
You been
because
talk?
it's far. That's far. Most
You been talking to my
when
baby
you
mom or something? I'm
no
trying
when
to figure
you
this out.
see, but here's my thing. When you get past 3, you are a cheater. When you get
I know.
past 1 or 2, I mean, you're just, that's the lifestyle. You in the lifestyle now. It ain't really, because here's the thing. Most men, and I can say most men don't cheat because they have a desire to cheat. Either they're bored or unfulfilled. Women too. Most women, they step
Mhm.
out because they're unfulfilled, or they're just they're bored. That you're not exciting anymore. When we met, I hear women say this all the time. When we met, you used to come and do this, used to come and do this, and you would fight for this, and you send me flowers, and now that you got me, 3 years later,
You
you
don't
don't
give.
do none of that stuff anymore.
You didn't caught the cat. So that's why women
Exactly.
gotta keep that stuff interested and make him still chase her and
Thank
do
you.
things. That's why
Yep.
dating is very
Yep.
important. And that you have to, just because y'all been together for 2, 3, 10 years, y'all still gotta date every week, well, at least once a month. You gotta give yourself that personal intimacy time that y'all require and need. I mean, everybody has a job and is busy and have things to do, but you have
Yeah.
to let your partner know that they are as important to you is to them, and you set that time to the side to have that
Yep.
with them.
Yep.
The problem be
Yep.
coming in is that men be making time for different things and not their main
Hmm.
event, and that's how they end up
Yeah.
losing.
And women too, because we do not extend ourselves beyond our discomfort or our comfort. We immediately say, well, that's not my thing. If your lady likes to go to the ballet and it's not your thing, and here's the thing, most men don't like to put suits on. Most men don't like to put ties and shirts and stuff on. And that's why when you see them out with their ladies and their suits are untailored, it's because that's not who they are. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Untailed.
then you have the bruh who is studious, like myself, and meticulous and all this stuff. And then we sometimes women get mad at us that we go pick the KFC chick, you know, but because she's sweet, kind, agreeable, and all these things, in this moment we like her better. But when we meet the woman who is studious and up and like we are, that can be like, oh yeah, this is too much for me. So again,
Intimidating.
But you gotta know your own partner's style though.
you have to, bruh.
It ain't just about no. It ain't just about oh I want to go someplace fancy and oh why you don't wear a suit? Because I was at a just recently I was at a union conference in Vegas.
Hmm.
My first time going, I didn't know what I was supposed to wear, none of that stuff. So the one night, the actual last night that we were all there, it was supposed to be like a formal dinner. So me being me, I'm like, all right, I'm out here with all these union people, so these ain't nothing but a bunch of ex mob bosses. So the
Right.
dinner is supposed to be like some formal type shit. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not like a suit and tie type of dude, but I will dress myself up to the point where I'm comfortable to do so.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't
So
And
rise
that's
to the
in your
occasion.
relationship.
yeah,
That's why you said, which is brilliant, that you started out with, you gotta know your partner's shit. You gotta know their thing. But that's communication, maturity, and extending yourself beyond yourself. Relationships can work if everybody stays humble and a student. They can
that's
But
work.
we always
But
have to understand that just because we're not into something and my partner is into, like, we're not gonna be into everything together. I'm not gonna like
no,
everything that
no,
you like. You're not
exactly.
gonna like everything
Exactly.
that I like. But showing
Exactly.
me that you care enough is you showing up. If I know you don't like
Compromise.
this, but I like this, if you show up and you come, that shows me your incentive and makes me want to do more or something different for you.
And it
You know,
makes
Hmm.
me
because
feel like you're important. It makes me feel important.
yes, yes, yes. I want you to feel important. Also, I want to know you're willing to make this sacrifice for me. That the sacrifices that I'm making also for you. You're not doing something more for me than I'm doing for you. But we don't have to split up because I like opera and you don't. It don't have
Right,
to be an
right,
argument. Just
right,
show up
right,
and be
right.
yourself. You know what I
opera
Yeah,
mean?
should
And
be
and
fine.
if it's
yeah,
a certain
yeah.
way that you need to dress or you need to look, that the person who brought up the situation should be making sure that everything that that person needs to show up and be presentable with them, that they have it. I mean,
Right.
Yep,
Hmm.
yep, yep. That's the influence
I
that I
would
believe
help
we
my
have.
man.
Yeah,
yes, I'm gonna
because
help
I
my
would
the
help
man.
my
I'm
influence.
say I'm gonna make
Yeah.
sure he's still gonna be set right
yeah,
on out right there.
Yes,
He
yeah,
gonna
yes,
he gonna look
yep,
just as good as me. We're gonna match together. Because if you look
right.
crazy, I
yeah,
look crazy. You know what I'm saying? We're
That's
gonna go
exactly.
there
right.
and look
That's
good
right.
together.
And what that
What
does,
happened to those days where we used to date and whoever decided on the date, they went and bought the outfit for whoever their mate was, and they had it laid out because
listen, those
they know
That was
days.
exactly
back
the
in the day. I
situation.
don't know if they still
No,
doing
Trust
that.
me.
if they're not
I
still
do.
doing it because we're not requiring it.
You right.
Come on,
You
come
right.
on, come on, come
You
on,
right. You
Candace,
right.
That's
come
Say
all
it
we're
now,
on.
asking
Candace. Say
for.
it.
Yep, yep. I agree. I agree. And the individuality that Vita's talking about, that is very important because now this even this one segment moment takes us back to the beginning. When you do all of that, it makes the love making better. It makes the connection more stronger because now
Mhm.
you are experiencing again a selfless act.
Mhm.
If my woman does something for me that she knows is my shit, I am immediately like, whatever you want in this one moment, you got,
You
because
got
you
it.
considered me, you acknowledged me, you sacrificed, even if it's not your thing. If you're with me, if I'm your thing, it's your thing. If
Yeah.
you're my thing, it's my thing. Now, the communication talks about the guidelines, the boundaries, and all those things that could come with it. I don't want my
Mhm.
woman to feel all uncomfortable in a pair of heels and her feet is hurting all night. So I have to figure out, okay, let's make this a segment moment. Baby, put your heels on, put the dress on for me, and I'm gonna take you to dinner. You can sit down the whole time. Then we get up. I ain't gonna take you dancing because I know your feet hurt and you don't want to. So you gotta be
Compromise.
creative and
Mhm. Like,
yeah.
baby,
But we
let me
What
go
see.
on
is
and
it?
rub your
Teach.
feet on the way there because I know your
No,
feet
come
hurt.
on, come on, Vida, come on,
Look,
yes.
right?
But we're so worried about being weak. We're so worried about being
That's what,
seen as
but I
soft
think
and
men
like
could be so
no.
worried about being weak, and you cannot because love has no boundaries on it.
And
Yeah.
Love will make you
love
do
is
crazy
weakness.
things. It has
Yes.
no, so you got to be crazy and willing to be outside of your mind to do some of the things. But you would say you would never do something. I would never go jump out a goddamn plane. You know what I'm saying? Go, what they call it, the airplane, so we would
Skydiving,
jump out.
skydiving, yes, skydiving,
Skydiving.
skydiving, yeah. Hmm.
I ain't gonna never do that.
Don't
Yeah.
say what you won't
No, no.
never do, sis.
But what I'm saying is
But I would
what
do
she's
it
saying
if
is she
my
meets,
man came home
yeah,
and
there
said,
you
"Here, I
go.
bought you some
There you
tickets,
go.
or I did
There you
this
go.
or that, and I want you to go with me." I would be like, "Boy, you know I'm not into all that type of stuff." Blah, 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 blah. But when we going?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right?
That's
Because his
because I love you.
expectation and his expectation is not going to be we going every weekend now.
Oh
No,
no.
that's not going to be his expectation. He just wants to know, do you care about the stuff he care about?
Mhm.
She does you
Yeah.
care? Do you care about the stuff she cares about? Women care about family. So if
Mhm.
you
Compromise.
always going to the barbecue by yourself, everybody's gonna be like, so where's your husband? Where's your
So,
boyfriend? Oh
yeah.
well, he didn't want to go. Now that makes you look
Mhm.
like you don't care about her family.
Yep.
But
Maybe
then you
you're just
expect her to.
antisocial.
Well,
But
here's
you
the
know
I'm
what?
thing.
not picking
When
on
you,
you.
if,
That's
oh
that's
man,
when
yes, yes.
Jody pulls up
Just
on you,
saying.
and you keep going by yourself if you want to, and
Shit,
Okay.
you can
letting
go.
your allowing your spouse to go or allowing your girlfriend or boyfriend to
Listen,
go by
You can go
themselves
home
if
with
you want
Jody.
to.
Shit.
Jody gonna pull up on you.
Hmm.
They there.
listen,
They there. They waiting for you to
listen.
show up by
Wait.
yourself again.
Knew you was coming again
Just
alone.
And here's the
Oh, that
thing. Here's
nigga
the
didn't
thing.
pull up
You can't.
again. Okay.
Yeah, you can't be. Well, not say you can't. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you're antisocial.
You got to
Be
be
single.
sociable
You
to
and
be
you
in a
don't
relationship.
have to be sociable. Here's the thing. You don't have to be sociable. You have to realize that you are not dating you.
Right.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
if they're the opposite of antisocial, sometimes you got to go be social. You have
so
to.
let me ask this. When we're talking about being social and going places, what about public display of affection?
Mm.
It depends on who that depends on
if you
who
feel
is the
like
one that
being
desires
touched.
it the most. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so personally, I'm gonna ask each one of y'all: Are
Mhm.
you
Hmm.
for it? Do you like it? Are you
Which
into it?
which one?
Starting
Listen,
starting with sin,
Which
yeah.
one?
public display of affection.
If I feel like being touched, then all right, cool, whatever. But see, the thing with me is I'm not real. My girl, her friends, they're more like the party crowd. You see what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
did all of that shit back when I was back before. Once I got my first job, all of that shit was. I left that party shit alone. So clubs and all that shit, I'll go with her, and I have done that. But they over here, I'm over here in the corner eating my hot wings, watching the game.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
come up and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's up?" Yeah, whatever, nigga.
Okay, but you won't pull up on her and like come behind her neck and be like, what's up, babe? You know,
Hell no,
public.
hell no. I'll whisper in the ear. When the fuck we leaving?
Wow.
I
That's
lean
his
over.
PDA. That's his PDA.
I lean over just like this. When the fuck we gonna leave?
That's his PDA.
She be
What
rubbing on
about
my
what?
shoulder the whole time. Baby, you okay? You ready to go? Hell yeah, bitch, let's go. Get the fuck out of here. I know these niggas.
Temptation. What about you?
I'm all for PDA. I will fuck you on the bench, the beach, the
Mm.
bathroom. I don't care. Like,
My
however you want to
girl.
do
That
it.
ain't the
With my
question.
man, that is the question. That's PDA. Like if I'm with my
No, that's
man,
public fucking.
It's levels
no,
to this
that's
shit.
PDA.
It is levels. It is levels. It is levels, Candace. It is levels. Go ahead, Sherry. Go ahead.
What?
Finish your thought.
No, I'm just saying that I don't have a problem holding hands, kissing,
Yeah.
giving him a
Yeah.
hand job, using my foot. I like all of it, so it don't bother me. I love,
Yeah.
like I
Yeah.
told you, physical touch is my one of my
Yeah.
love languages.
That's
Yeah.
So,
right.
and
That's
I
right.
love, I love all of that. So I'm a very sexual person. I just haven't found the right person to, level me out. That's it.
Hmm.
That's a whole nother subject. The right person. Go ahead, Vida.
Yeah.
Ask me
You
the
What
like
about
question
you,
PDA?
again,
Vida?
Candace. Huh?
Oh, so my question was, what is your views on public display of affection? Being
Um,
affectionate with your mate out in public.
hmm. I'm not an affectionate person in the public. I think some
I
things
can
are
Okay.
believe
just
that. I can
for the
believe that.
bedroom.
I can believe that. I can believe that. I can totally believe that. I can believe that because
I
you're the
think
complete
some stuff
opposite of
is,
what you do. You're the complete
yeah,
opposite of
some
what you
stuff is just
do.
left
Yeah.
for the inside for the bedroom. I mean, like I
Yeah.
might do a little holding hand, just a little. I'm not gonna hold your hand walking through the whole mall and all of that stuff. I'm not about to tongue kiss you on the bench and do none of that because I already know that it's gonna lead to something else. So we get the feeling and touching, and it becomes on that type of level. So no,
Hmm.
I don't do the public affection stuff. But I am
Why
a
would you
very
So
do it?
affectionate person, and I'm more like I'm more of a sound person. So somebody can come whisper something in my ear on the side, and it'll tinkle my back or something.
Yeah.
A man talking to me, and then just a like a bedroom tone or something like shit like that turns me on. Like I used to play with myself a lot, talking on the phone. I used to just call my friends on the phone and be like, "Hey, baby, what you doing?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," and they be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah. I would believe. I can believe that about you, Vida. I can believe that
And I'm
about
just
you,
getting
Vida.
it all
Definitely believe that.
in.
Yeah. Yeah. I can believe that about you. Yeah. That is the good thing about having a alter ego. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
but
saying? You
in
you get to
in
you
her
get to be.
saying that she wasn't really into it, I kind of heard her say that she was into it.
She's
It's
into it.
just
She
it's just the
because
right
of what
time, and
she.
it's got to be on her
Well, yeah.
terms.
Well, yeah, 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 and also because what she does and what she has done over the years,
Hmm.
she has been able to compartmentalize that to not be relationship. So
Got
Mm-hmm.
her
it.
idea about relationship is more intimate, more private versus what's being done in public. So that's why I said I knew you were like that. That makes total sense. It makes total sense because your intent in your relationship can't look like your intent in what you do at your career. I
Hmm.
Absolutely.
completely understand that. Complete because now I'm kind of in between because my thing is I'm for it and I'm okay if she's not for it. I'm okay with that. But at the same time, like I'm a exhibitionist. I'm the like Sherry said. Yeah, if we on the park bench, if it's cracking, it's cracking. But I need somebody. I listen. I need you to be a grown person in this shit. I can't be here by myself.
Mm.
I'm not going to jail alone. We going to jail
Oh
together. If
no,
we
we
do this shit
gonna
right
get
here,
into my pool. That's all.
And we fucking in
we
the back seat
listen.
in a
I'm
police
not.
car on the way.
You will not set me up and then back out of the room. No, you will not. Because I'm the guy in the middle of the
No,
function,
you won't.
in the middle of the event. I could look at you a certain way and want to take you into the bathroom. But
Mm.
and in
Oh,
that
we can
moment,
go.
don't get me. But here's my thing. In that moment, I can understand your reluctancy and your resistance. I don't see that as no. I see that as no. You gonna bring your ass in here
Not
because
right now.
what I just experienced internally is connected to who we are all the time. I see you're dressed up, and I see you mingling with people, and I could just get a glance at you and be like, come here. I need you to come here. Come
Mhm.
here. I need you to come here. And of course, now, like Sin said earlier, you got to know your partner. You have to know them
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
her mindset may be, "Yo, we can't do this right now. I'm at a funk. We're at my event, and you can't do this right now." Or she may say,
Well,
"Okay, I tell you what. You got 5 minutes.
Okay,
I
now
need to get
you
back to
better
my
get
people. I need to get back to my people," and vice versa. But as far as kissing and touching hands and all that stuff, I mean, I don't really understand how people can be in relationships and not want to be spontaneous. Like, if your
Mm.
lady wants to kiss you, if you standing at Orange Julius and we waiting on an orange juice, and she wants to put her back up against you and you feel listen, don't be like, baby, no, what are you doing? No, let her do that shit. That's because
Yeah.
to her, that's us connecting.
mm,
That's us
mm-mm,
connecting. That's us connecting.
mm-mm.
Same
yeah,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Same thing. It's like
absolutely.
Not
if
with
I
these,
want same, but it's the same thing when the woman,
not
like
with these
I'm the
tight ass
guy that
pants niggas
I
wearing.
love.
Mm-mm.
Oh, but I'm the guy that I love for my woman to come behind me and hug me from behind. That's
Oh, you want to
connection
be
to me.
cuddled. You like to be
Nah,
cuddled.
ain't nobody said I like to be cuddled. I said
He
standing
like
up.
reach around.
Oh, he's a
He
big
want the reach
uh-uh.
spoon. Big
around.
No,
spoon.
I don't. Because listen. Let me explain something to you. I'm a Taurus, so
No, I'm a Taurus
Oh,
too.
a
I'm a
bull.
always,
Okay.
I'm
Yep.
always the dominant one. I'm always the
Yeah,
one that is
outspoken.
because you remember I sent you guys the Enneagram. I'm a type one. So for me, I am always in control, and I don't mean control like controlling, but I'm always in
Right.
control of everything because I already know what the outcome is. I know I'm strong enough and good enough and poised enough to allow you to experience everything you're going to experience with me that you want to. That is where my confidence lives. So for me, connectivity, intimacy, being willing to surrender yourself to me, and
Submissive.
even with lovemaking, if you don't surrender yourself to the moment, you will not experience pleasure. You just won't.
Mm.
Some women don't even know that
Mm.
they're squirters. Some women
Yes.
don't even know the difference between orgasms and coming
Coming.
because
Ooh. Yes.
because sex is a very invasive and private act. And if you do not
Mhm.
like, let's because I'm gonna talk about me. So if I'm with someone and I can feel the tension in that moment, it's not for me to say, yo, 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 what are you doing? Man up. No, 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 no. I need to talk her out of it because I can't be my complete self if you keep pushing on me every time that I tap into a place that you have never had tapped into you before. Most women don't even get their G spots hit.
Man, I'm trying to tell.
Ooh-wee.
Boy,
Mm.
I be hitting
Guess
them
what?
every
Well,
time.
Guess
yeah,
you know what?
yeah. Mm-mm.
We are
I done
going
made some
deep
believers out of
and
See,
women. They don't
so
even
so
think.
I forgot. I forgot to walk off after I said that, and I missed the moment to say that and walk off. That's what I
yeah,
should have done.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
But
We
most
have
women don't. They
been
don't experience that.
I play with myself
fa-
all the time, so I experience it.
But
Not your
there's
G
some
spot,
girls that's having sex and they
unless
have
your
sex.
toy is.
And there's
Go
some
ahead, V.
women that have had sex with men like, over 10 years and still they could be 30 years old right now to this day and never had an orgasm. They thinking
Never,
that the little cum that they had, oh, that's it. No,
never.
it's not. They have no
that ain't it.
idea on
No idea. No
the
idea.
intimacy, that the sex brings you what you could really do. Like, I just had a friend who just told me, she was like, oh my God, do you know what squirting is? I said, yes. She said, oh my God, I did it. I said, you did. She said, yes. I
Let's
said, did it make you
celebrate.
want to pass out? Was you so tired yesterday? And she was like,
Yeah,
yes, oh
because
my God. And I said, what, you shaking? And she, I
yeah,
said,
because
did you
the
feel like a
idea of
soda
it.
can bottle was sucking up?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
she was
Because
like, yes, she was
the
so
idea of it,
excited. Yes.
the idea of it is, I feel like I'm peeing.
Yes,
Well, you
yes,
are.
but
You
you're
know
You
not.
what?
are.
And you
You
gotta
Y'all
look.
getting
are.
You're
into
not.
a
No, you're not.
whole
No, you're not. Hold
No, no,
nother
on.
no,
Let's
no.
stop
Listen,
it
no,
topic.
listen,
there.
listen,
Hold
listen, listen,
on.
listen, listen,
That
listen.
is not
Go ahead,
pee
Vida.
We
Go
because
gonna
ahead, Vida.
pee
leave this
comes from
one.
out of your clitoris. Pee comes out of your clitoris. You know,
That's
you
right.
Yes,
your pee. Your
That's
when
right.
you squirt, it comes out of your pussy hole.
Yep.
I agree.
It
But here's the
works.
thing:
Tell
it's
It's
them,
not
but
pee.
please
because
tell
It's
them.
not pee.
as a witness of it
No, she
hitting my
pissed on
face,
you. It's not
hitting
pee.
my face, as a witness of it. No, 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 oh, no, no. I know the difference. Trust me. But as a witness of it hitting my face and tasting it,
Ooh.
it does.
It's
Because
totally
But
different.
there's the chemical part of it. It's not
mhm.
separate. So
I'm
you
gonna have to
still
come sit
experience
on
some
your face and
aspects.
show you that it's not the same
No,
because
no,
mine
no,
did not
no,
taste.
no,
It
no.
didn't taste like pee.
Vita,
And any
Vita,
woman that I
Vita,
made
Vita,
squirt, it did not
Vita,
taste like
Vita,
pee. It tastes
Prove
Vita,
it.
like
Prove it.
Vita, Vita. Let me help you out.
And
Please
prove it.
let me. Vita, Vita,
who said prove it?
Vita,
Who said
Look,
Vita.
family. Look,
That's
Prove
family.
sin.
Look,
That's
family.
sin.
Hey,
Vita,
so look.
Vita, sweetheart.
Hold
yes?
on. Hold
Listen,
on,
let me say
Jay.
this first. You got to let me say this first. You have to let me,
Okay, this
Vita.
this your
Listen,
last thing. We gotta wrap
I
it up. We gotta
know,
wrap it up.
I know you are a pro at what you do. I know, and applaud to you.
Yes, honey.
But just understand, please understand, just because you do it for a living, or just because you've done it and you think you've mastered it, you'll soon meet somebody that will take your experience to a whole nother place if you ain't careful.
I'm
That's
lucky.
all I'm
I'm
gonna say. Now I'm gonna
lucky.
walk off. Now I'm gonna
Well
walk
done.
off.
I'm gonna get this point
Well,
and
I
shoot
just
right
want to
one
know
day.
when
I'm looking for that experience. Like a crackhead is looking for a crack, and you never you never get as high as your first time. I'm trying to get there,
Right,
baby.
right, right.
I
Go
am
ahead, Candace. What
willing
you
to
saying?
learn and
I
listen.
was just
Please lay me
saying.
down.
I was just saying we're gonna have to wrap this up. It's been over an hour
Yes,
and 30 minutes of awesome conversation. And what
yes,
we're
yes,
talking
yes,
about,
yes, yes.
we need to take that to the next show
Yes.
because, yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
wants to know
yeah,
about it. Everybody talks about it.
yeah,
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Jay, I'm going to let you wrap this
but
thing up
everybody
for
can't
us.
do it.
Sin. I keep
I
telling
ain't
you.
say nothing. I
I
didn't say
keep
nothing.
telling you.
I didn't say
Listen,
nothing.
all of
I'm
it is
innocent. I'm
good,
innocent.
but everybody can't do it. All of it is good, but
Everybody
everybody
can
can't
do
do
it.
it. So again, this
Oof,
was an amazing moment. And
amazing.
although this was our first official show, it feels like we've been doing this for a long time. So I want to thank you guys for being authentic, for being transparent, for not being reluctant to share your personal experiences. I mean, because, sometimes exposing oneself can be kind of uncomfortable. We feel like we're compromising. So with this show, I think because of our exposed zine of ourselves, our personal experiences, it helps other people not feel like they're alone, which is what this whole platform should be doing in the first place. So incredible engaging. I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. And I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to
Hold
figure it
up.
out.
Wait,
Sin, go
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
ahead.
talk
pick up
about
where
wait,
we left off. We're
Okay,
wait.
gonna
so we're
pick
going to
up where
start
we
where we
left off.
stopped.
yeah,
Yes,
we're gonna
We
talk
will do
about
that.
Vita's
Vita,
first time
bring
on
it, baby.
experiencing squirting.
Vita,
Okay.
bring
All
it,
right.
baby.
Go ahead, Sin.
We cannot forget this podcast after
Yes.
dark
After dark.
After
is brought to
dark.
you by CBD
Bye.
for ED. We
Okay
cannot
My
now.
forget
man.
that. Y'all better come through. Y'all better order them pills.
CBD for
See?
CBD
ED.ME.
for ED.ME.
ME.
Yeah. Yeah. We are
Make sure
grateful
y'all
for this
log on and tune
opportunity.
on to that because that is something that most men may really need on a late night when you're really
Yeah.
tired and you
Absolutely.
can't get up. That is something that will help you get up. Please make sure you guys purchase it or at least look on the website, blackfriday.com all the time. We definitely will be looking for you on there. It's a lot of great things on that site.
Stop
Also,
taking them gas station pills that give you a headache throughout the whole rest of your next day. Stop taking that damn honey that's gonna give you a headache for 2 weeks. Get you some CBD for ED, all natural vitamins. You'll be straight. Don't take that
and
gas
you'll
Well,
be
station shit.
straight. Make sure
well,
y'all
you
put in the promo code VITA15.
I was
beautiful,
just about to
Hey.
ask, what's the promo code?
beautiful.
Shit, I forgot.
My promo code is VITA15. I don't know what yours is. We all got different ones.
It's
Well,
also
regardless of
ACC
any of that,
22.
go ahead. Go ahead, Candace. Do it again.
ACC 22. ACC 22.
ACC
That's
22.
it.
ACC
That's the one.
22. That's her code. So
That's
make
her
sure you
code.
guys tune in. Thanks for joining us. We're here after dark. I'm Vida Valentine. I'm signing out.
Have a good one, everyone. See you next
All
week.
right. We love y'all. See y'all next
Bye.
time.